Gervonta Tank Davis, and them the guys who I think would show.
Haney fight is just so big to where me and him could fight, and no belts even need to even be talked about. We don't even have to mention a belt. All that matters is Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, and who's the best?
I said Shakur is easy work for Devin.
Ambition doesn't whisper, it calls out names. Shakur pointed straight at Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis, making it clear nothing else matters more than getting one of them across the ring. Dana White added his own spark, calling Shakur Stevenson a fighter hitting his prime. Proof this division is only heating up.
The main focus right now, I would think, is Devin Haney or Gervonta Tank Davis, and them the guys who I think would show that I'm the one.
Hey, Dana, what are the chances maybe we see Shakur and Haney or Tank? What's the likelihood?
Yeah, no, those are fights that we love too. We like them. And, you know, for people that haven't watched boxing in a while or, haven't whatever, this kid is one of the pound for pound best in the world, undefeated, 25-0, 4-division world champion by 28 years old. And he's 29 now, so he's in his prime. There's lots of great fights out there for him, and I'm excited about him. I'm pumped that we got him and we got him signed, and I'm looking forward to his first.
Despite this circulating online, Shakur put the brakes on any premature celebration. He addressed the timing behind Devin's sudden interest, which picked up right as Keshin Davis stepped in as his mandatory opponent, suggesting a strategic pivot rather than a long-standing desire to face him.
I mean, they could say they settled it and all of these things, but ain't nothing settled until the name is on the signature. So they could claim all of these false things on social media, but them things be a lot of lies. But the truth of the matter is, Keyshawn Davis became their mandatory. And when Keyshawn became their mandatory, to get out of the Keyshawn situation, they started hollering, Shakur, 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 Shakur. Because they know that if they lose, they would rather lose for the most money as possible.
Loyalty comes first for Shakur. With Keshin Davis locked into a mandatory spot, he makes it clear once that chapter wraps up, the door swings wide open. Weight differences don't rattle him either. His confidence doesn't waver.
I'm all good with it, long as you get out of Keyshawn's way, because Keyshawn is my brother. I got love for Keyshawn. I'm not gonna step on his toes after he cornered Devin in. That's what we gotta make sure we paid attention to. He's cornered. He has nowhere to go. So I'm not gonna step on his toes, but once he released that belt, then I'm done stepping on Keyshawn's toes. Now it's me and Devin, and we can get the fight on, and let's see who the best in the world. He said he'll meet at 144. And we all know he's going to be...
This fight sells itself. Shakur argues the matchup carries so much weight that no championship strap is needed to pull fans in. The names alone are the draw, and the stakes make it a must-see. No belts could improve the spectacle.
I don't think it matters, though. Like, if we being honest about everything that's going on in the business, with all due respect to all of the belt organizations, I appreciate everything that they did for me to get me to where I'm at. But me and Devin Haney is a big fight without a belt. We don't need a belt for 1 million people. And this number I'm just throwing out there, I'm not. Yep. But 1 million people to tune in. We don't need no belt. The belt is cool. But also,
Bernie argues Haney should not drop his belt to avoid a fight. While a match between Haney and Stevenson is highly anticipated, it is less meaningful without a title on the line. Settling the rivalry only means something with the title at stake, which is why he sees the WBO leaning toward a different priority. He doubts if Devin will drop the belt.
I doubt if Devin gonna drop the belt. If Devin dropped the belt, that's gonna look weak on him. He can't drop the belt and run from no Keyshawn Davis. Lord bless him. He can't do that. Unless him and Shakur gonna fight, but then it ain't gonna be for no title. Right. And which lowers the stakes. It's a great matchup, but those guys are championship fighters, and they deserve a title on the line. So I don't know, but if Shakur, I think the WBO would be open to that. If Shakur was gonna make that fight, then I think the WBO that will supersede it.
He backs Shakur's stance on waiting his turn. Shakur already made clear he's ready to step in the moment that fight plays out. To Bernie, that patience makes him a gracious champion instead of a reluctant one.
I really think, Shakur, He's being a very, gracious champion and friend. And, he's humbling himself enough to let Keyshawn get that fight. I don't think he wants to get in the way of that. He's going to let Keyshawn proceed with that. And I can't knock him for that, So I think so. I think that's going to be the fight. Keyshawn and Devin, which is going to be a good fight. It's going to be a huge fight for Keyshawn. Like I said, Devin got a lot of experience.
Is straightforward. If Shakur is truly comfortable stepping back, there's nothing forcing the matchup into motion. Even if Keshin comes out on top against Haney down the line, that doesn't shut the door on Stevenson eventually getting his shot. It just means the fight would land differently, without Haney's unbeaten record still intact. Some of the built-in intrigue disappears before the first bell.
Still fight after the fact if Keyshawn was to win, but it won't mean as much in the public's eye. Plenty of fighters lost, but it won't, just the way in the day and the age with the media, it won't vote as well. That's the only thing I'm saying. I ain't saying that they still couldn't fight. And like I'm saying, but this the thing, you keep saying, if Shakur don't want to take the fight, then what we going to do? That's it. Shakur got to want to take the fight. Yeah. He's saying, nah, I'm going to let my boy do it.
Yeah, when he's ready, when his body is ready.
Okay, but right now, shit's going on right now. They ain't going to stop and wait on.
When it comes to Devin Haney, Bill draws a clear line. Outside the ring, there's room for cordiality. But once the conversation shifts to the sport, that competitive edge never switches off. He makes it plain that Shakur sits right at the top of Devin's list of targets simply because both are chasing the same real estate at the very top of boxing.
I mean, it's always up. You know what I mean?
So you retire?
We put him on the list. You know what I'm saying? He knows what being on the list means. It's up because he's not going to put Keyshawn on the list, and Keyshawn's not going to put him on the list because they're friends, right? It's not up.
But
With us.
Dev and Shakur was friends too at one point.
But that's not. It's always up. You in boxing, we're in around the same division. You know what I mean? And that's never changed. You know what I mean? Of course, outside.
Bill Haney doesn't hold back here. He suggests Devin would handle Shakur Stevenson with minimal trouble, pointing to Devin's sharper skill set and cooler head under pressure as the reasoning behind it.
Of course, easy work for Devin. So I'm saying this.
We just jumped from that fight to this fight, but we talking about it, so go ahead.
How?
Yeah.
You don't see it?
No, I don't see
For real.
it.
For real, you don't see
I
it.
think that's a competitive fight for both of them.
How?
Just from what I've seen. Dev's style, Dev's temperament, Shakur's style, Shakur's temperament. But help me understand.
Listen, that's an easier fight than Lomachenko.
I don't know about that.
Digging deeper, Bill explains exactly why Shakur stays on the hit list. It comes down to the level of operation behind him, a strong team and loyal fan base that keep him firmly in the conversation as a priority target. He argues Shakur is a significant opponent that cannot be ignored or run from, reinforcing that their rivalry remains active despite periods of silence.
A guy that has a hell of a team, a guy that has a hell of a coaching, hell of a management team and a hell of a coaching team, right? He has a hell of a fan base. He has all of that. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody else put him on the list.
So it's still a list. I ain't know it's a list. That's why we gotta have
live on Andre Ward.
That's why we gotta have these conversations. I didn't know it was still a list.
What do you think happened to the list? We just knocked off Brian Norman, who was on.
Moving past the trash talk, Bill confirms the deal has real terms. Both sides have locked in a 144 pounds catch weight to get the fight across the line. They agreed to those conditions specifically to clear away any excuse standing between them and a finalized matchup.
Well, that's the place to do it at, because it wasn't going to move. Before, I think when we said he wanted 50-50, we said 20-25. We couldn't move the needle, right?
That was a while ago, though, right? Like you guys were at a lower weight class,
right? So this time it gives us him nothing to say, but we obliged them at the 144 pound catch weight, and let's make.
Interview number 12. He shifts into a different gear, ramping up the intensity and putting real pressure on Shakur Stevenson's camp. He frames it as an all-out push meant to corner the other side into a definitive answer, leaving no room for Shakur's team to stay vague or stall on where they stand with the proposed terms.
This is called the gas pedal and a whole lot of pressure.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
That's what this is called.
Right. You just applying the pressure to get it to happen. And you're hoping.
Listen. I hope I didn't hear. I don't want to hear what I heard. So that's why I want to talk to him. That's why I asked you, where's everybody at?
Well, what did you hear?
No, I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic. I'm very, 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 very optimistic.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's what they said. And then when I talked to Jay, because Jay's, you know how Jay is.
Isn't letting that claim slide. He rejects the idea that he'd be a walkover for Devin Haney. He gets that the talk comes with the territory, but suspects that underneath the promotion, both Bill and Devin know exactly what he brings to the table. He even points out he was probably someone Bill admired watching come up through the ranks.
Hell nah. Honestly, I was listening to it and I watched it. I seen the things he was saying, like, oh, we gonna walk him down and all of these things. So, I mean, all of it sounds good, but like deep down inside, Bill know. Like he know. He know who I am.
Y'all got history.
He know. Yeah. I was probably one of Bill's favorite fighters coming up. Like he could say whatever he want. Cameras out right now. They could go somewhere. So, Bill, I was one of your favorite fighters. He know it. Devin know it. Like Devin used to.
He's reached a point where call-outs just roll off his back. He sees them for what they are, a natural byproduct of how far he's climbed. Not long ago, his name barely came up. Now he can't escape it. Rather than let it bother him, he takes it as confirmation that he's exactly where he wants to be.
But I just look at it like I said earlier, it's like I remember it was a time it wasn't a lot of people calling my name. Yeah. I remember it was a time where people just used to on my name. Now it's like I'm in everybody's talks. Like everybody that you see, whether they on TV or where they at, oh Shakur. Like that's all you hear. So I'm just happy to be where I'm at. Like everything is going according to plan. Like my plans is coming to fruition.
For Devin Haney, it's business. If the numbers work for both sides, the fight happens. No ego, no grudge, just terms. Haney doesn't rule it out. Keep winning, he says, and the money only grows. As for moving up in weight, his stance is simple. He'll go where the biggest paydays are, and his resume already proves he chases the toughest tests.
If I send an offer, you say you take the offer, then the fight gets made. That's business at the end of the day. So,
in a way, could it be a blessing in disguise because you guys could fight for much more money down the line? Number one, pound for pound on the line, maybe in the future, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, if he keeps winning, I keep winning. Of course, the money only gets bigger, the pound only gets bigger.
The higher the weight goes, does it benefit you more because you're a bigger man? As opposed to fighting him at 35, more advantageous fighting him at 40, 47 one.
Man, I was willing to fight at 135, willing to fight at any.
To the technical side, the conclusion lands firmly on 147 pounds being the smarter route. It lets Devin Haney operate at his natural, most effective size, while also ensuring Shakur Stevenson gets full recognition if he pulls off the win against the bigger man.
I think so for Haney, I wouldn't advise that you take a fight below your optimal weight. You don't have to do that. And for Shakur, to get the most optimization out of the credit you would receive in beating Devin Haney, you should fight him at his full weight class. So there's no ifs, ands, or buts after you win a potential fight like that. So I think they're both good enough and young enough that they could just do the last man standing thing. Like they got a lot.
Breaking down the game plan, he suggests Haney would need to bring relentless front foot pressure, forcing space and chaos rather than letting the fight settle into a rhythm. Otherwise, Stevenson's precision takes over, and the sharper technician picks him apart from the outside.
Devin's going to have more volume. When they sparred, Devin found success when he imposed his size and went downhill and threw more combinations. He's going to have to make that adjustment. He did it once before against a smaller southpaw in Lomachenko. This is a different puzzle, much younger guy, harder to hit. But he's shown in that Lomachenko fight, I will impose my size a little bit. I will throw with volume. And that's what he would have to do with Shakur. If he let it just be a boxing match up the center, then Shakur is going to outbox him. He'll be too sharp.
Tim Bradley doesn't hesitate when backing Shakur Stevenson. He tags him as a true pressure fighter whose quick processing and relentless forward movement would give Haney fits. Stevenson brings the puzzle with more firepower behind it, making him one of the toughest stylistic challenges Haney could face.
Y'all know right now, I got Shakur Stevenson. Yeah, I got Shakur. Shakur all day. Yes. Hey, and you know, Shakur is a pressure fighter. Huh, Tim? What you mean by that? Shakur is a pressure fighter. That's what Shakur is. He's a pressure boxer. Oh, he put that pressure on your ass. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fast processor. Make you think. Constant. He gonna.
Interview number 19. He doesn't stop there, calling Stevenson the top fighter on the planet right now, pointing to his complete skill set and sharpness on both offense and defense as the reason he'd walk away with the win.
Hey, I got Shakur. I told y'all he's the best fighter in the world. Defensively, he better. Offensively, better. Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. Yeah. But who ducking who now? Who ducking who now? And another thing, I'm gonna fix that audio. I'm gonna get that audio.
As his take hinges on approach. If Haney commits to pushing forward instead of settling into a defensive shell,
and you're in a very good place as a fighter. What is the reason for that?
What makes it so hard to call is that both men are elite tacticians capable of
Coach Calvin about 20 minutes ago. He said over the last year,
which is exactly why he sees this one as a true coin.
Listen, I was worried.
Like I said, man, that's a very, very tough fight. I think if Devin Haney applies more pressure instead of fighting on his back foot, I think he could give Shakur Stevenson some trouble. It just all depends on how they react. You know what I mean? How the game plan and the strategy is coming in on the fight night. They're both, high skilled level fighters that are, very defensive and know how to react and know how to adjust. So I think it'll be a really good fight. I think it's a 50-50 fight, man. I have respect for both fighters, man. So I can't pick one.